So session started, guys. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Jordan Dayton, and I have been a trainer here at Instructor for almost a year now. So it has been an awesome experience, and I hope that you guys are excited to learn how to use Canvas. I think it's going to be an awesome experience for you too. So to get started today, we've got a lot of content to go over, and this is more of a demo. If you have double monitors or something and you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to. But the one thing I will ask of you guys more than anything is that you just communicate with me and talk to me through chat, or you can unmute yourselves and talk to me that way. But otherwise, it puts me in a situation where I just end up talking at you the whole time. That's not fun for anyone. So please just interact with me, let me know your thoughts, your questions, and how I can help you use Canvas for your specific needs. Okay? So the first going to go over is just a basic overview of the different components of Canvas, and then we'll start digging into the features generally, and then get in specifically to the features that relate to you guys as instructors. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to start on our dashboard screen, and I apologize to you guys for this. You guys probably see a little yellow box in the bottom right corner of your screen. That's my chat bar so that I can see any questions you guys have, so I apologize for that. All right, so dashboard screen, you're going to find recent activity. By clicking these links, you can dig in a little deeper and see what recent activity is. You'll know what the assignment is. You'll also see the course to which the assignment belongs. These are all part of the freshman writing seminar, whereas these items down here, these are part of my Flagler CPS course. Okay? So this view that we're looking at, this dashboard view, oh, Mike, for the heads up, and Benito can't join us for some reason, guys. So anyway, dashboard view is visible to all students and to instructors and to admins. Now, any of the admins, you're probably not going to see a lot of information here, but students and teachers can find really valuable information of what's going on in their courses currently. Just over here on the right, this area on the far right side that I'm pointing at, this is what we call your sidebar. Over on this dashboard screen, you see items that you need to do. So if I'm going to know that there's a few assignments to be completed very shortly. I click on the link, and it will take me into that assignment in that course. Notice as I mouse over the item, it also is telling me what course, to which course this assignment belongs. This is my English 101 course assignment. If you're a teacher, these are going to be links that you can click on so that you can go in and start grading assignments. In these cases where it says that there are homework assignments that need grading. Okay? Now, below here, you're going to find things that are coming up. This is populating from the calendar. You can also go to the calendar and check out the view there. And then some of you may see this, or you may or may not see this button. This depends on the administrative settings and what has been enabled by your institution. But you may not be seeing this Start a New Course button. Okay, so that is your dashboard screen, and all of this is going to change when you dig deeper into Canvas. Across the top of the screen, this is an area that will never change. This area is what we call your global navigation. Everything above this line that I pointed out here is global. So when I mouse over courses and groups, I see all of the courses and groups in which I am currently enrolled. Also dig in a little deeper right here and view all of your courses. If you want to be past enrollments, courses that you've been enrolled in. If you're seeing courses or if on your screen it just says courses, don't feel that just means that you are not currently enrolled in a group. It will say courses and groups if you're enrolled in both. Okay? So that's courses and groups. You can also customize this menu and determine which courses you would like to see in that list and which ones you would not like to see pretty easily. So the assignments area is just, it's getting a list of all of the assignments among all your courses, things that are coming up, things that you need to do. So click on the assignments link, and you can can click assignments link, you can click on the grades link and calendar link, but this gives you an idea of what this might look like for an instructor. So I am enrolled as an instructor in all of these courses that you saw on the right side of the screen. So I'm going to let me show you that because I'm not currently logged into that institution. But these are, again, because I clicked up here on assignments, these are global. So it's showing you what the assignments are, what these upcoming assignments are, and to which course they belong. Okay? So that's it for your assignments, grades. This will be really cool for the teachers. Especially, students can see all of the courses in which they're enrolled. They click the link and it takes them to their grade book for that course. Same with teachers. When a teacher clicks on one of these links, it would take them to the grade book for that course. The thing I really like from the instructor perspective is that you have a student interaction report. This shows you how your students are interacting with you in your course. Note it has a list of all of my students over here on the left. And interaction is considered any time that a student submits a comment to you in an assignment, on a quiz, or anytime they send you a message directly. That is student interaction that you have. And you can quickly see their score, and all of these columns are sortable, so if you want to sort it and see who has the lowest score, and maybe reach out to that person, or maybe there's a student that hasn't had any interaction with you, you can sort this list right here by clicking on this link. Shoot them a quick message through Canvas by clicking on this message icon. So that's grades area and the student interaction report. Area, we're going to come back to this. We'll talk about the calendar a little bit more when we get into the course development. Calendar is, again, a comprehensive view of, I can't see chat bar, a comprehensive view of all of your courses. If you only want to see some of your courses in this list on the right, just uncheck some of them, it will remove them from the calendar so that you're not viewing them. But this is really cool for students and teachers because it allows you to see just on one screen all of the assignments that are coming up. So I can see that today is the 27th, and I know that tomorrow I have discussion 1 that's due. And next day I have my quiz 1 that's due. So from the student perspective, I can just click on this link, and it doesn't matter which of these courses that to which this assignment belongs. I can just click on it, and it will take me in, and I can complete the assignment. And then a calendar, and maybe I'll quickly take this quiz, and then I realize I don't have a lot going on for this next week. So it's a nice view for those users. I think people really like is the calendar feed. Then grab this right here, and put it in your preferred calendar. If you use iCal or Google Calendars, Outlook, just grab the URL, paste it in, and it provides a one-way stream of communication with all of your assignments. So add something to external calendars, not going to come into Canvas. That is added in terms of assignments and events in this will automatically populate your personal calendar. Okay, now down here with this calendar feed. Next thing I'll show you, one of my favorite parts. Actually, I'm going to save that for you guys because that'll really excite you about how this calendar works. But for the course development section. Okay, so we talked about all these parts of our global navigation. Next thing we want to talk about is the area up in the top right, which is what we call your help corner. Okay, so we'll start off with the help area. This is when you have a problem. Okay, you can report a problem, search in the guides. This is what I always recommend to people as the first step. If you have any questions, just go to the guides, type in a word or two, and you should be able to find an answer question. And in answering the guides, you can go into the community, ask other Canvas users. We have people from all across the world who are using Canvas, and you can ask other administrators, other teachers, how are you doing this? How are you accomplishing the special things I'm trying to do with groups or discussions. And there's a chance somebody has already started a discussion on that topic, so you'll find a lot of good info there. If we don't have a certain feature that you love and you wish we did, let us know. Hold us accountable for not building something if we don't know that it's something that you really want or something that you really need. So make sure that we know of your needs. Of course, if there's something going wrong in Canvas, it's important that you click here on this report a problem on the screen and in the moment where you're having an issue. When you click on this report a problem, a lot of information is logged, and it will help you guys when you're trying to answer questions that your students or your teachers have. So let me click on that.
Before you move on,
yeah.
Can I ask a quick question? So going to that help menu that you were just at, if I were a student in the class and trying to figure out something on a report a problem, does that go to you directly at Canvas, or is there a way for them to, I guess, contact the instructor or the IT locally?
Good question. The way that this works, you'll talk about it quite a bit more in depth in your support training that you have. Have you guys had that already?
Not yet.
Training? No. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Then support training is where we talk about all of these in depth. We actually show you how to use the community and how to use the guys. And again, we show you what report a problem does. Basically, what this will do is it will send. Actually, let me just pause here for a second. I'm gonna your account. So you guys have premium support, which means what this will do is it will send. Look, a teacher or a student clicks on that link, it will record the screen where they're having a problem and some other really valuable information, and it will create a ticket for your support staff. So you guys will have 3 support users who can manage the tickets that are coming in. And so who is that as the main admin, they can then assign a ticket to someone else, or they can solve that issue. And then the way it will work thereafter is if you can't solve the problem or you don't know how to resolve the issue, you have the ability to escalate tickets to Canvas. So you will be the front line, but we can help as necessary when you need to escalate something.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for stopping me, and please continue to do that. First thing I want to point out is that if someone reports a problem, it does not use the Canvas inbox or the area we call conversations. It does use that to communicate. It directly sends it opens a ticket in our Zendesk ticketing system, and then it sends you an email, or whoever you have defined as your support admins. And then they can go into the ticket and respond back to the user, and all of this communication takes place outside of Canvas. Okay, the report a problem or help issues. Okay, let's move on. Talk about settings for a brief moment. Settings. By default, most accounts will have an email address as populated from your student information system. Okay. Now, each Canvas user, teacher, student, admin, you add additional methods of contact. If I want Canvas to send messages to me via SMS, I put my cell phone number in there. I also add, as you notice, I've added my Twitter account. So, oh, Mike, you're just making a note there, it looks like. Awesome. You guys can bring up all the questions you have about the support side of things when you have that support training. That'll help a lot. Okay. Notice I can add additional email addresses if I'd like up here. And going down on the screen, I've only registered for Twitter and Google Docs, but I can register for all of these other tools if I look for these other services. and if they work, sometimes people see Twitter and Facebook and they think, oh, I'm a teacher, I don't want all of my students to know my Twitter account, my Facebook account, or student, you're thinking, I don't want Canvas to send my grades to my Facebook wall and to tell all of my friends what I got on my paper, right? So the key thing that you should understand is that these registered services that you hear are basically a bit connection between the user and Canvas. So once you added additional methods of contact like Twitter, over here on the left side of the screen, I can go into notifications, and now I can set different notification settings. If I'm a student, if you mouse over any one of these, it'll give you a little description on what this notification preference is all about. So I want to receive notifications every time I receive a new grade, and I want it to include the score on paper or whatever grade I'm receiving. And I want to receive that as a private Twitter message. I just come to Twitter column and come straight across from grading and have these 4 options. Notify right away, once a day, once a week. I'm going to say every time I get a new grade, I want to get a private Twitter message right away. So I just click that, and that makes it ASAP. And anytime my teachers send an announcement, I don't need to receive it right away, but send me a daily summary text message. So I could choose daily summary. And so that's how your notification preferences work. Every Canvas user can customize this to the way that's most convenient for them. So I think you'll notice that as we move throughout Canvas, everything's very user-centric. We want to make sure each Canvas user can use Canvas in the way that's most convenient for them individually. Okay, so I'm going to turn these off so I don't get a ton of messages about information. Any questions about notifications, or I also talked to you guys about the settings page. Mike has a question. Is there a way to ensure that a message sent by an instructor is delivered to a student regardless of his or her notification preferences? Okay, Mike, I'm glad that you brought that up. By default, every message that is sent through Canvas will route through the inbox or the conversations area, which I'll show you in a moment. Notification preferences are just a way for the user to tell Canvas a preferred method of contact. Maybe I don't want to have to come into Canvas to check all my messages. My message is delivered to my external email address. That's what these notification preferences are for. It just is an additional add-on where it's sending the message externally. Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah, okay. I had a instructor ask me the other day, like if I send them a message, how do I know they actually got it? Like, let's say if they don't subscribe to any notification preferences, they still get it is the question, I think. Yep,
they'll get it. And it would also show up on the dashboard screen that I showed you guys at the very beginning. So it's going to be up there. It's going to show up in their inbox. And that just happens by default. If they have turned off all their notification preferences, they'll still get notified. But one thing I always recommend to instructors to do is take a little bit of time at the beginning of your course. Tell your students how you plan on notifying them and working with them. If you're going to be using announcements a lot, I might even have my first assignment, 5 points, to the students to go into their announcements and turn announcements so that they receive notifications right away to any of their methods of contact. It doesn't matter what they use, but to choose one that's important, because that's how I'm going to be communicating with them, is through announcements. Okay? Or maybe you're doing a lot of discussions, right? You could do the same thing. That's my recommendation, is that you encourage your teachers to be very explicit with this.
More related question, Jordan?
Yeah.
Is there a, so we're kind of talking about communication a little bit here. Is there like a generic email to this course site, to a particular, like, is there a generic email that is linked to a course. And that instructor can send an email to that email, and then it will then put it as an announcement or as an inbox or whatever message.
I think there is an option for that. There's a workaround way that you could send a message from inbox and send to all of the students in one of your courses, and then from your email you could just find that initial email and you could just reply to it, and that would send a message out to everyone in the course every time you replied to it. Probably not the best approach.
But you can't initiate a message, and let's say an outside email. Okay.
But to do it, I'll show you how to initiate in just a moment. So that's a good segue. We're done with this section. Okay, for those questions. So let me come into files real quick. Every Canvas user has a files area, and this, I personally have come into my files. I've created a biology folder, history folder, poli-sci folder, and then I can place my homework assignments, different things that I'm working on in those folders. This is basically a cloud drive, so their students don't have to carry around a thumb drive, or if they lose that or something. This is always going to be on Canvas, and they can access it anywhere there's an internet connection. So that's the personal files area. Teachers and students are going to have those. And then if you guys are interested in e-portfolios, you can look into those a little bit more after training. We don't touch on those in this basic training, but e-portfolios basically allow a student to take private work that is existing between them and their instructor and put a look face to it, so they can show off and showcase some of the great work that they've done. Let's see. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm when I see your notes that I don't think it's a question. So that's the last thing I want to show you guys with settings, which I forgot to show you right away, but I forgot to do this, is right when you come into settings, you'll notice that there is just a silhouette, an icon of a profile. If you click on that link, you guys have the ability to add profile pictures. So upload an image. This is another thing as an instructor in courses, I always encourage students to, one of the first things, go in and add a profile picture. It adds a lot of character when you get into discussions and shared content and group work, so that people know who they're working with, and it really helps out the teacher a lot to know with whom they're communicating. All right, so let's take a look now and jump over to the inbox. And Eric asked the question, can instructors censor inappropriate profile pictures? Great question. The instructors won't have the ability to monitor those or the word I'm thinking? The instructors won't have the ability to change moderate the images that are coming in, but your admins do. So if you see an image that's inappropriate, or you want to change something, you can contact one of your system admins, and they can remove it. You guys have the ability to do if you're interested. This is something your implementation manager can talk to you more about, but if you have student picture in a database for student IDs or something like that, using our API, you actually can upload all of those pictures and pre-populate them into Canvas so that all students have pictures already. Okay, so take a look at the inbox. We're going to be really simple. Basically what you need to know is this left side of the screen is where you will find old conversations that you have had. And on the side of the screen, this is where you can begin new conversations. Now, if I click on one of these individuals, like Thomas right here, I can see that on the right side of the screen, it pulls up all conversations or communication that I had back and forth with Thomas. Okay, it was my initial message. Thomas responded to my message. Now I respond to Thomas right here, and every message that I ever send to Thomas and communicate with Thomas through will appear under my thread with Thomas. Let me show you another example that gives you an example of something else. An example with one of my students, Joshua. So notice that this one looks a little bit different. These three messages are messages that I have sent to Joshua. Okay, just basic attachments. I was testing out some things. But this one here looks a little bit different. You see message right here, and then above it, you see how to make a great pie. That was one of the assignments that we had in the course. So if the student submits an assignment or has a question about an assignment, they can ask you that question right within the assignment, and then in the relations area, your communication to the student and their communication back to you, back and forth, it will appear in line underneath the specific assignment. So it makes it really easy for you to know what the student's talking about, and you can click on the link to jump to that assignment and go a little bit deeper. Okay. We do have filtering options. If you don't want to see all of the conversations that you've had with all of your students, you want to break it down and search for a specific course, a group, or a certain student. You type in any of those names up here at the top, or you click on the little book there. Okay. In the address book, dig into one of your courses. I only want to look for my students in the course. So I click on it and I can search for just that course. And I have any conversations with students in this course, you can see right here. Okay. So in star messages, you can archive them using this tool on the right. Okay. Mark them as read or unread. And then left. This is how you can filter and just search your starred messages, just look at old archived messages. Just be aware that if you delete a message, it can't be recovered. So make sure that you don't, or at least in an easy way, it cannot be recovered. You won't be able to just go and look at your deleted messages. So I always recommend to people just archive messages if you want to keep things clean. If you want to start a new message, just click this button. Message will begin, and you can type in your user's name. You can type in Joshua Kent and Kevin. Notice you send a message to 2 or more individuals, you'll have an extra box that you can make it a group conversation. If you check this box, it will make it so that every user will see each other's responses. So when one person replies, everybody gets that response. So Mike, this is what I was suggesting earlier, is if you wanted to be able to initiate a conversation or a message through your inbox, you could start a message right here, include your whole class, and that would send an email out to everyone, and then you could just respond to that email, and that response goes to everyone. Whenever a student responds from the personal email, the response does route back through Canvas. Kind of cool. And you can type in students' names, course names, or you can use that address book filter on the right to send a message to specific individuals. I want to send a message just to all my students. Just check that box. And I selected all this. Okay. Some other things that our messaging system does that you might not find in your regular email, you can add attachments, and you can also record yourself. If you want to personalize a message, use your webcam, get on there and record yourself. You can do that. Or you can upload a video or an audio file. So, cool. The extra options that you have through the Canvas messaging system. Any questions that you guys have about any of the overview that we've been over so far? So tools up in the help area in the top right. Right. I'm not seeing any questions coming in the chat, so let's jump into the course itself. Okay, so it looks like something just came in from Mike. Is there a limit for audio video attached to a message? Mike, I don't think there is, at least for the types of videos you'll be sending. I think I recorded one once that was like 12 minutes long, and I did a problem with it. When you get into maybe like now something, there might be an issue, but I heard of anyone having any issues with limitations. You're welcome. Okay, so now we've changed screens and we're shifting gears, and I'm going to show you what a course looks like. Okay? Note that we now have an area on the left side of the screen. This we call your course navigation. Teach multiple courses. Notice when I mouse over courses in groups, I have a few different courses which I'm enrolled as a teacher. You can customize this course navigation menu however you'd like. What I'm showing you right now is all of these items that are in gold letters. Those are the items that students will be able to see. And below this line, students will not be able to see. Now, it means that I'm not using discussions or pages in my course, and of course I'm using files in my course, but it means that I'm not making these visible to students, so it simplifies their screen and makes it a lot easier for them to navigate and to know what to do. Okay? So look, guys, how you can adjust that course navigation. Let me just show you in just a minute. So this area right here on the screen, this is what we call your main body. This is where content resides. This is where students will learn and interact with each other if they're engaging in a discussion. All of that information and action takes place right here in the main body. And then, if you're on the right side, as I mentioned earlier to you, this is the sidebar. Note that our sidebar has changed from what it looked like on the dashboard screen. Edit my syllabus from here. I can use analytics. We're not going to even touch on analytics at all in this basic training, but I reference all of those that watch this recording and are watching right now. Course analytics are phenomenal. It's for you to see what's going on with your students, how they are doing in your course. Assignments are being turned in late or on time, and also it gives you a view of all your students side by side, so you can see who's doing the worst, who's doing the best. But then you can take action. We give you the ability to quickly and easily interact with those students that are struggling, so you can do something about it instead of just looking at some that might be sad. Okay. Those are the key components of your course. And on the right side, your sidebar, the main body in the center, and the course navigation on the left. So take you in and show you guys how to customize this course navigation on the left side. All you do is go into your settings, and you just come up here and click on navigation. So that when you start your course, by default, all of these items are going to be up here at the top. So what you need to do is if you want to hide something from your students, just take it, click it, hold it, and drag it to the bottom of the screen. Students won't see that in their list. So say that those are the key components of this course that I want students to have access to. I'm going to take grades out too. Look how simple that looks now. My students are just going to see these 4 items in this menu. Now what happens when I come down to the bottom of the screen and click Save? It's showing me that those 4 items are what the students will see. Okay? So that you can customize that part of your course. Another part of your course that will be important to customize is your home screen. Okay? My home screen right now is actually utilizing the syllabus. And you have a few different home screen layouts. Your options found by clicking here on Change Home Page Layout. My favorite options are the one that I'm using right now, which is this bottom one. So I want you to create a syllabus at the top of the screen. At the bottom of the screen, it automatically populates with all of your assignments. Okay. Also, I really like this one, a page I designed myself. This allows you to from scratch. Essentially, you have a wiki page or a blank slate, and you can put where you want on that screen. It's kind of like this, the syllabus area, because the syllabus is totally free-form. You can put whatever content you want in there. You could also make it so that right when the students log into your course, it takes the students directly to this modules page. Next one below is the assignment list. It will take students directly to the assignment screen. So it's up to you guys, however you want to design your courses. Most people I see will either design a page from scratch, or they will use the syllabus screen and the assignments down at the bottom. So again, this is what my course looks like with my syllabus up at the top and the assignment list at the bottom. So what I want to show you guys right now is one of the most important parts about Canvas, and it is using the content editor. Okay? So let me, I'm going to tell you one thing before I do that. Getting started with the course. Now, this course has already been published. You start a brand new course, you're going to get a course setup checklist at the bottom of your screen. It looks like this. Let me chat so you guys can see it a little easier. Okay? So the instructor knows exactly what to do as they start building their course. Okay, first I'm going to import some content. Now, I think I noticed you guys are on Sakai. Maybe if you are pulling information in from an export package from another student or other LMS, or maybe just have a bunch of files in a folder on your computer. You can import those files, and then you have your course assignments. This just gives you an idea of how to begin building your course. So what I've done in my course, since I don't want this in the way anymore, I just click on this X on the right, and then it moves out of the way, and it places it up here at the top of my home screen. Okay. So one of the first things I like to do, as it suggests in that course setup checklist, is I like to populate my course with files. I love that Canvas does this. It's so convenient. Let me see if I can minimize this and show you. Okay. So, first of all, you see here, this file area looks a lot like the personal files area that I already showed you, but this files area for my course, completely separate, okay? And your courses will have its own unique files area. You have the ability as a teacher to, after you've placed a bunch of content or files in one course, you can easily transfer over into another course. And that's kind of a little bit more advanced. Not really advanced, but it's not something we go over in training, but it's very easy to do. Very easy to share your content among your courses. Okay. What I like to do is right when I get into a fresh course is I build folders based upon the content I will have for that course. So maybe I'm going to have some handouts. All you do is come over here to the right and add a folder. You can add folders as you would like for this course. Okay, handouts folder, an images folder. Any images that I use to build this course, I'm going to place them here in this images folder. Material for class, study guide. Okay, let's say that I have a study guide here on my desktop. Okay, this quality matters standards. All you do is, if you have a file and you want to bring it into Canvas, just click it, hold it, drop. The file will be imported into Canvas within seconds, depending on the size, of course. So there's a file that I just dragged from my desktop, which is over here, and all I did was just drag into Canvas and drop it. So it's really easy. Another thing you can do is if you have a folder with all, maybe you have a folder on your computer that has all of these folders. Okay? What you do is so for example, if I had all of these materials and I wanted to bring them all into Canvas, or let's pretend I have a bunch of folders in here. if I just highlight all of my items, this is do it on a PC, you can just right-click on it, send all of those items to a zipped folder, and it packages everything in one simple zip folder. And then bring that zip folder into Canvas. I'm going to come out here to the course level, bring the zip folder into Canvas. Drop it. It recognizes that it's a zip file. So if you already have a folder structure in place on your computer, Canvas can maintain that same folder structure with all of your assignments and doubts and or whatever material you have externally. If you want to extract all the content the way it is on your computer, just click OK, and it will zip everything. If you want Canvas to keep that locked up as a zipped file, you just say cancel, and it will keep it. It will import your file as a zip file. So it takes a minute and unzips everything, puts everything in the right place. Again, the reason I show you that right now is that is one of the first things that I do with the courses that I build, because with all of your content in there, it makes it really easy to design your course when you get to the design phase. And, okay, after I've pulled in my files, now I can go start really digging in and building my course. So the next I want to show you guys is pages. This is where I will introduce your rich content editor. So you have a front page. This top one is called front page. I was on the home screen and I showed you that one of the options for a home screen is a page I design myself. That's what front page is. So if I want to design a page for my students to see right when they come into Canvas, I would just click on my front page, go in there, and design that. I can create new pages right by clicking Create a New Page. So to my front page, and nothing on my front page, so now I'm going to edit this page. And as I mentioned, it's a default page. It's automatically going to be there when you go into the Pages section in Canvas. So now what I do is take a few minutes to go over this rich content editor. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you have already began building courses in Canvas? How many of you, this is your first time seeing the instructor or the course side of Canvas, and you're totally new to this? If you guys just let me know in the chat, that would be awesome. Rick has done some of this. Cannot seem to edit the question. Mike has monitored courses in Canvas. Totally new to Robin. Excellent. And I didn't see anything from Iqbal. That's okay. Try to keep an eye on the hair. Okay, guys. Well, let me go through this rich content editor. This content editor that to which I'm referring right here, you will see this all over the place in Canvas. Okay. As you design your assignments, you're going to see this rich content editor. If you have any announcements, you'll use it there. If you discussion of this content editor, obviously we're creating a wiki page right now, and you create quizzes. So see all those arrows? Those are parts of Canvas that you will be provided with this content editor that I'm showing you right now. And you're provided with this area on the right side. This area is what we call your content selector that sits on the bar. Okay? So these go hand in hand. They work very closely together. And I'm going to introduce you guys to how these work now. Okay? So for starters, I might want a banner. Let's say I want a banner up here on the top of this page, because this is my front page that students are going to see. There's ways that you can pull images into your rich content editor. You can use that little image icon. you can pull images in right here. This one is very limited. When you use this images icon, you can either pull an image in that's hosted somewhere out there on the web. You have to have a direct URL, or you search the Flickr Creative Commons. Say I'm teaching a math course, and I search Flickr and look for a math banner. Okay, cool. Maybe I use that. And that looks like science more than it does math. And so I probably might not end up using that banner, and I can fit out a little bit. So those are the Flickr Creative Commons. Not my favorite, but it is nice that to add some pictures to your courses. Okay. Again, that can be accessed right here. Mine is to be able to use this area on the right side in your content selector, the Images tab. Now, does anybody have any idea where all of these pictures that are showing up right here are coming from? When I click on images, I have the ability to upload a new image. Once I uploaded an image, it will always appear in this list. So it makes it really nice, and it makes it easy for me to reuse images over and over throughout my course. Okay? These, though, what's happening is these images right here are appearing because it's in the Files menu that I just told you about. So that's one of the reasons I like to go into Files first, place my files in there, and then when it comes time to design my course, it's really easy because all of my content already lives in Canvas, and I just have to find it. One of those images that I brought in was my banner. So all I have to do is, just my mouse where I would like this banner to go, right here, right, and click on the image, it automatically embeds it in the page. Now, if I had a banner that wasn't imported and I didn't import it files ahead of time, that's okay. I can just come over here, upload a new image, choose a file, and now go searching my computer to try and find that image that I want to add. Not too difficult, but when you find that file that you want to add into your course, what you'll do is select the file, and you place it in a folder. This is another reason where this order of operations that I'm showing you comes into play. If you do what I suggested and go into Files at the beginning of building your course and add folders, that makes it easy for you to keep things organized and sorted as you build your course. Because all of these little folders right here are from the menu over here on the left. I created all of these folders in that Files menu, and now it makes it easy for me to pull in an image and place it in one of those folders and organize things. It'll do the same thing here whenever you import a file. It gives you the ability to place it into a respective folder. Okay, so I have a banner on my course. Okay, some other things now. Let's say I want an introduction video that is me introducing myself to the class. A couple ways that you can do videos is you could go up to YouTube. Maybe I already have a YouTube video of myself, and it's the video that I use every semester with all of my students. So I can just go to YouTube in that video. Oh, I'm sorry. On instance of this, you guys might notice that you don't have this YouTube video, and that's okay. This is what we call an LTI, or an external tool. LTI apps basically are extra tools that you can add on. I don't have to go out to YouTube and try to find a video. I can just click on this link and search for a video. So that's what that is. If you guys are interested, Mike, you might want to make a note of this. If you guys are interested in adding extra tools into your toolbar up here, into your rich content editor, the keyword that you'd want to look up is external tool. AI. Actually, I'll type that in chat here. Got it. Okay, and there's lots of really cool tools that you guys can add to your courses. Very quickly, I'll just show you so you can have a reference point, and hopefully you guys can come and play with this later. But you go down to your settings. Then from settings, you just come up here to external tools. You can add your external tools right here. Now, you won't know all these details to enter here, but you can go to click here, and this takes you to a page that has a bunch of tools that you guys can pull into Canvas. So let me just give you a quick overview of what those are. You can use a YouTube tool. This allows you to just or a couple of words and search for a YouTube video and quickly embed it in your page. My recommendation is that you guys add this one, public collections, because what this does is this one tool actually searches Khan Academy and YouTube, Twitter, and tons of the other LTI tools on this page, all encompassed in this one called public collections. So the tool allows you to use many of these other tools. That's my recommendation. If you want to know how this works, just go into Guides and search those keywords that I just mentioned. It will tell you exactly how to set this up for your course. That's where to go to set it up in this external tools section within your settings. Okay? And that's why we're seeing YouTube here. So I go out to YouTube and add my video that way. Another way I can add a video of myself is by using this video icon. Everybody is going to see this video icon on their content editor. So if I have a webcam, I could click on the allow and show myself and do a quick introduction video. Or let's say I don't have a webcam and click on this other tab to upload media. Allow you to, if you have a video that's on your computer, maybe something else you've recorded with a different camera, you can just upload it right into Canvas. The cool thing is that Canvas, when you upload media, I'm having a flash crash here. When you upload media using this tool, okay, select your video file. Let me have some text media. So pull in this media. What's going to happen? It uploads into our Kaltura server. Now, Kaltura will basically take this video. It takes a couple minutes, and it will transcode the video to a universal format. If a student is on a tablet or a phone, it will render with HTML5 so that the student has the ability to view that video. Or sometimes if a video utilizes Flash, it's so that students can't see those videos on certain mobile devices, especially Apple devices. I noticed a question came in from Mike. Can LTI tools be added at the admin level so that all courses will automatically be added in the toolbar? Great question, Mike. The simple answer is yes. And Mike, you can also add LTI tools at sub-account levels. So if you have certain, maybe all of your math courses will be utilizing the graph tool, but nobody else will, you could go into a sub-account if you have a math program sub-account and add special LTI tools to respective sub-accounts as well. I have used this tool to upload a video and you want to record yourself. So I've shown how to upload videos into Canvas. The thing that I want you to be thinking in the back of your mind is every time you see this rich content editor, you can use these tools. That means that when you're doing a quiz, who was it? Derek was having issues with quizzes. You could even create a video and a quiz as part of this question, right? You can have images in your quiz question. These tools that I'm showing you right now will be able to be used in almost all of those different parts of your Canvas course. Okay, so I've shown you how to do videos. Let's go into the last couple features here. So maybe I want some quick links on my home screen that will take students to different parts of this course. Now is maybe I want to link the students to the syllabus page. So I'm going to say Actually, let me do this. I think I have some images in here. Okay, great. I'm going to give the students a link to the syllabus page. Again, the image already uploaded these through the files, so I can just add the images by clicking on them. Awesome. And I want to make these a little bit smaller. I can do that. Okay. Something else I want to point out to you guys, a little side step here is if you want to get into fine-tuning your pages that you are creating, in most places in Canvas you'll have the ability to switch views. This takes you to your HTML view. So you can get into the nitty-gritty and adjust things with HTML code. Okay. I've got that button right there. I might want to say now load a copy of the syllabus. Okay. And check your grades for this course. Join me every Monday and Wednesday from 6 p.m. for open. Awesome. Now, it doesn't look very good. I'm the one for aesthetics, and so let me point out something else that you guys can do. Using tables, this is pretty elementary, but using tables can make your content look a little bit nicer. So in this case, I could have one column table with 1, 2, 3 rows. So what this works, I place my cursor where I'd like to add a table. It's really easy to do this table builder. I just say that I want 2 columns and 3 rows, and to adjust these other settings, I'm going to keep things real simple now, and just grab my syllabus image that I've already placed on the page. I'm going to highlight this, download a copy of the syllabus, drag that down there. Yeah, that works pretty easy, and I'll drag that down there. So see, this is just going to make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more professional instead of we're going to indent these. So now, although this looks somewhat nice, these buttons don't actually do anything. So we have to take things a step further. So I've shown you guys how to add images, add some video, but now I'm going to talk about using these last 2 very crucial parts of our content selector. One is files. Okay. So we have the files that we have imported. Now, my question to you guys, where are these files coming from right here? You guys are saying in your minds, and remembering that these folders are familiar. Those files are coming from that files area where we added all of our files at the beginning of this course. So again, that's why I recommend throwing files in there at the beginning if possible. So download a copy of the syllabus by clicking here. So I want to guide something. I'm gonna leave my cursor right here for a moment. Find my syllabus. Here's the syllabus over here in my files. What happens if I click on the syllabus? It's a Word document, and it is on the screen. That's pretty snazzy, right? But that's that great. It just says sys.doc. Actually, just save the changes so I can show you what this looks like now, what this page looks like. So there's that video that we added. The student can click on the play button, watch the video right within Canvas. Another cool feature that was literally just added to Canvas, I think 2 weeks ago, is this option. After you have uploaded a video using our Kaltura tool, you can add closed captioning to it. So you on that after the video has been uploaded and added, you put in that closed caption link, and you click here, upload subtitles. It'll do a 3-step process, and it's a very easy process, but it does take some time. So if you want to for your videos, just realize it's going to take a little bit of time. But there's a quick 3-step process. We tell you exactly how to do it, and then action videos, which is really nice in Canvas. Okay, so notice this syllabus button. These are actually doing anything right now. But look at this. When I embedded that syllabus doc, what it's doing is actually placing those words there. If the student clicks on those words, it actually will download the file. Realistically, it isn't very intuitive. The student might think that by clicking it, it's going to open it in a new tab or something, but actually will download the file. You can see here, by clicking there, I downloaded this document. The second option will open the image, or open the document so I can view it in line. So here's the syllabus. The students scroll through the syllabus right on the page, so they don't have to leave Canvas. They can even go into full screen mode, check it out. Oh, it's not big enough. They can zoom in and see the full syllabus right there. Okay? So the second option, and I'm going to minimize this. The third option is to open this in another tab. And in this case, since it's a file, and there's not a viewer readily available for a document, it is actually downloading it as well. So just keep in mind, if this were a PDF, when you click on this link, if the browser can process a PDF, then it would actually open this in a new window and you can view the PDF that way. So my clue here in showing you this, though, is that it's not very intuitive to the student what's happening right here. So I'm back over here and edit this page and show you this is why I like to write things out like this. Download a copy of the syllabus by clicking here. So now highlight the word here. Come back over to files. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to find that syllabus. But no word here highlighted. One word here over on the left side of the screen, and I'm about to click on the syllabus link on the right. When you find it, it highlights that word here, and now if I click off to the side, you can see the hyperlink there. And that hyperlink is my syllabus.doc. The thing is, it's now a little bit more intuitive for my students. Now they know exactly what's going on. And I like to link my files at the end of a sentence instead of in the middle, because if you do it in the middle, then you're going to have these icons right in the middle of your sentence. So I structured the sentence, down a copy of the syllabus by clicking here. And then there, and it will download. Thanks for coming. Glad to have you here. Okay. Let's edit this again. Check your grades for this course. So what we do now is I'm going to show you guys, instead of, I've shown you how to do files and images, the last thing we're going to end off with is showing you how to do links. What we're doing is linking you to different parts of Canvas. So just keep in your mind that links is referring to internal, inside this course, inside Canvas. This is not external links to other websites and things like that, okay? For example, if I want this syllabus button, or the syllabus image to become a button that links the students to the syllabus page, then what to do is come here and find my syllabus. So you guys have ideas in there where I might find my syllabus, a link to my syllabus. And my syllabus is in a wiki page, so I'm going to find it under wiki pages. Syllabus and assignment. Looking at that and trying to figure out which one of those is the most practical. Where will I find the syllabus? Mike, you're absolutely right. The syllabus is in the file, but I don't want to actually have the students download a file. I want to link them to the syllabus page in the course. Does that make sense? So if I want this button to be a link, not a download, not a file. You get here under course navigation. You guys remember what course navigation is referring to? This course navigation over on the left. These are quick links to direct your students to different parts of the course navigation, one of which is the course syllabus. Difference there, Mike? So now, since the syllabus button or image is selected, if I click on course syllabus, that becomes a button. So what we do here with grades, I can highlight my grades in the grades area in the course navigation and link the students directly to the grades. And I know it looks kind of funky right now, but it's usually fine when we save the screen. And then office hours. This one's a little bit tricky because let's say that I run my office hours. I just create a conference, one-standing conference that I go into the conference every Monday and Wednesday, and then I just wait for students to show up. So what I do is just right-click on conferences, copy the link to conferences. Unfortunately, there isn't a link over here in the course navigation for conferences for some reason. So all you need to do is copy the link, and I wanted to show you the other way that you can turn words or items into links. So I've shown you can link to another part of your course using this area or this tab in the content selector. The other way is right up here at the top. So the item that I want to turn into a link, now I click on the hyperlink up here, and we just paste it. So now link my students to the conferences where they can join my open office hours. All right, so I'm going to move this here and save my changes. So this front page that we've designed, this is something I could actually use as a home page for my course. These are the most important parts for my students. I know that they want to know what's expected of them in the syllabus, they want to know what their grades are, and they want to get some good communication and interaction with me as their teacher. So student clicks here on syllabus, take them to the course syllabus page. So that it has linked the student right here to the syllabus. Okay, and back to that page, when they click on my grades, it will take them to their grade book. Now, since I'm an instructor, I'm going to see the grade book with all my students listed over here. They would just see their own personal grade book, and they would see all these assignments that we see at the top. They would just be listed individually, row by row, and then they'd see their score for each of those assignments. And that all happens because of those links that I provided right there on the home screen. Okay? What I'll show you is when using this rich content editor, sometimes you'll be designing assignments, right? For example, videos for assignment 1. This is another wiki page that I created, or a content page. So the video's right here right now, so I can edit this page. I could say, here are the video you need to watch. You're completing assignment 1. So you can use these links as well to link to assignments or to link to discussions. Okay, I would find assignment number 1 in here, and I don't know which one of these is assignment 1. I'm just going to say, well, actually, it was assignment 3. So I turn those words into a link. So if the student comes to this content page, I give them a quick link so that they can go and view that assignment, see exactly what's going on, and then they can come back and watch the video. Okay. And then I also could say, then take this quiz. Highlight the words this quiz. See how this is working, these links over here? And then I can come in and find a quiz. Quizzes area, and they're going to take quiz number 1. Now this content page has links out to the assignments, so that basically what you're doing with this rich content editor is it makes it so that you don't have to click all over the place. If I'm making an announcement out to all of my students and I want to remind them of a certain assignment that's coming up that's due, I can come to an announcement, make an announcement, and remember your papers are on Friday, and I could have details and a link. I don't need to make my words linkable. I can just come over here and find that paper and click on it. You can see even though I'm in a new section right now, I'm now in announcements, I'm no longer in pages, but look, I have all of these same tools that I've been showing to you. So it's very important you guys understand the depth of this tool and all the things you can do with it. If any of you are math instructors, you can also use our math equation editor. I won't go into the details of this, but it is nice for you to use these different equation tools. So it wasn't loading there. So this allows you to do math notations within Canvas. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go into assignments now and show you guys how to build your assignments for your course. But I'm going to stop for questions and do a little checkpoint now with you guys, make sure everybody's on the same page. Mike just asked a question, is there a way to put a group of pages under a folder? That's a really good idea. I personally am really happy. I love pages, and when I design courses, I really love to utilize pages. Pages will just appear in a big long list right here, and unfortunately right now there is not a way to put all of those pages into a folder. So, Now, one thing you can do, Mike, that if I can change your paradigm here for just a moment, within modules, you can create a module like I've done here, some course info, week 1, week 2, week 3. And notice right here, this is a wiki page. And underneath that, I have 2 assignments in week 3. So that's kind of a way that you could essentially organize your pages into folders or into modules, setting the workflow for them. But in terms of so on the front end, to your students, it's going to look really nice, very organized. Unfortunately, on the back end for you as an instructor, it not be as nice navigating from page to page. Does that make sense, Mike? Does that answer your question? Okay, great. Okay, so we talked about that rich content editor. Let me just ask the rest of the group. I know that I think we lost Derek there, or Derek that we lost, or who was it had to go? Okay, looks like Derek's still in the session, but maybe he had to take off. So, y'all or Robin, how are you guys doing? Do you guys have any questions about how that rich content editor works, or files, and how to pull files into our course? Anything that we've discussed up to this point in the course development? Something that's not making complete sense, please let me know. This is time before I dig a little bit deeper. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions there, and I'm not seeing any from Robin, so. Okay, Derek asked a question. Is the editor available in other places? Assignments, quizzes. Yes, Derek, thanks for asking that. It's a great question. So just remember, that rich content editor that I just showed you and all those tools that we just spent 20 minutes on, okay? Those tools are going to be available when you build assignments, announcements, remember I showed you this, discussions, pages, quiz, and yes, the math equation editor is going to be available in every area where I have an arrow pointing right now. And the video option You can have video assignments or video discussions. Require that your students submit a video for a discussion or an assignment using the same tools that I just showed you. So I asked another question, is the math editor there by default or is it not? Yeah, another great question. It is a default tool native to Canvas. So it will always be there in your rich content editor. There are some LTI tools that add off of it, like a graph builder and some other things for math. Your equation editor is available. Yeah. Other questions about those tools? Did I answer your questions okay? Your action? Okay, I'm seeing any other questions. So let's do our assignments now. What I want you guys is create a course. You're going to do assignments, and this is what it will look like. Nothing, absolutely nothing there. So you create assignment groups for all the different types of assignments you're going to have. You're going to have some projects. You can use the chat to interact with me a little bit. Tell me some things some different types of assignment groups you might have in your course. Maybe you have some quizzes. What else that you might do? Add those ideas in there. Maybe you have some discussions in your course. I'm just going to leave it at those four: projects, quizzes, discussions, and assignments. Now, so as you designed your opening page, now you need to get into the meat and actually build assignments. This is really what Canvas is all about. How you can provide an assignment or an assessment for your students. The key thing that you guys need to think about when you hear or see the word assignments in Canvas, an assignment refers to anything that is assessed or graded. The pages that we were just working on, that's not assessed, that's not graded. You're giving them content, you're giving them information. The assignments allow you to assess the students and do they understand things. So, being said, there are three types of assignments. Okay? The three types of assignments are basic assignments. Second is discussions, and the third type is quizzes. Okay, so I'll show you how those work. Let's say that I just want to create some basic assignments for my course. These might include some papers, maybe some just a formal submission that the students have. I'm going to come to the plus right here, and we'll add an assignment. If it already populates with assignment number 1, I'm just going to click update. Or actually, I'm going to click here and title this assignment number 1 UCM. Actually, I'm gonna bounce back over to my other course. I just wanted to show you guys in here that this is how you'll start off. Once you have clicked on the these plus icons, I clicked on the plus icon and added some events. Your group will start to look like this. Okay, then start to get filled up a little bit. I'm going to bounce to this course. It already has everything pre-populated. Okay, so what I'll do then is that when you add an assignment, it's important that you okay, so important that you choose the appropriate assignment type. This is people look over right at the beginning when they start using Canvas, but it's very important you choose the appropriate assignment type. I'm going to list this one as an assignment because that's what it is. It's a basic assignment or assessment. I'll call this assignment 1 UC. And I've got a due date, let's add this assignment. The first assignment is going to be due on the 28th, and it's going to be 50 points, or maybe we'll just do 20 points, and update. Okay, so our UCM assignment. Now add a quiz. So I'm going to come down here into this quizzes assignment group, and I'll click on plus again. You also have the ability, if you want, you can add assignments up here, and then use your assignment category. I really like using the plus within the category. It helps me know where I'm placing things just very easily. So we'll call this reading quiz and reading quiz UCM. This is the important part. If I change the type of this assignment to is, then it will remain a basic assignment, which with any questions, which could have been the problem that Derek was having, is that if you leave the type as assignment, then you can't create questions. Changing to quiz allows you to a completely different interface that's intended for quiz building. Okay, I'm going to make this due on Friday the 8th, and this will be 50 points. Let's do that. And it looks like I had a typo there, UCM. So if you need to edit anything in Canvas, it's really easy to do. Just click on the little pencil icon that you find, and remove that and update it. Okay, so I added an assignment with you right here, this UCM assignment. We've added a quiz. Now, here under the portfolio, these are going to be probably also a basic assignment. I'm going to click plus, and this one has a basic assignment, and I'm going to tag it with UCN at the end. And we'll say that this is due on the 29th. This one's 20 points. Okay. Okay, and then down here we'll add one more item. This is our discussion one. You see, and this will be due next Tuesday, and it's 15 points. Data. Oh, so what I want to show you now is after you created all of these assignments, that's the first step. It's really easy to do to quickly create them. Again, you just need to make sure that you are changing, and actually I forgot to do that here. But notice, since I'm creating this as a discussion, even if in this discussion assignment group, that doesn't mean anything. Canvas doesn't know that you titled this group discussion. So you still have to go in here and manually change the type of assignment to a discussion assignment. Okay? And that makes me think that maybe I didn't update this one, which is true. Or that one's supposed to be that way. I want to make sure that I updated this one to a quiz. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, now what I want to point out to you guys is that these assignments that we just created are assignment shells. What I like to do in my courses is first build all my assignment shells. Just come and add up all of my discussions. Add all of my quizzes I'm going to have. Add all my assignments. Then you go in and you can click on each one of these individually to start editing those assignments. Let's take a look here. I'm going to show you guys what a discussion looks like, what a quiz looks like, and also what a basic assignment looks like. But before we do that, while those are loading, I want to jump back to our syllabus page, which is our home screen. Our syllabus page is only the home screen because that's what I selected as the home screen. Okay. Remember, in Canvas, by default, at the bottom of the syllabus page, we have a list of all of the assignments. So this, that we have, you can see the area that's grayed out. Those are events that are already passed. But this is a chronological view for the students so they can easily see what's going on in their course. The student can easily see that assignment number 1, UCM, is due. As you saw, I didn't do anything on this page, but these assignments were automatically added from my assignment screen. So Mike, I just noticed your note. That's a good note, and it's very good to make sure that you're clear on those three different types of assignments. So this is something we like to call the Canvas kaleidoscope, and that when you do something on one screen, what you do is you just twist the lens a little bit, and all that same material is there. It appears in a different way, perhaps on another screen. Okay. So these, you remember we just added this UCM assignment, this UCM assignment, and this one. All these ones that say UCM, we've added those together just a moment ago. So I'm going to show you guys how those assignments are also appearing on the calendar. So let's take a look at our calendar. So here we see assignment number 1, UCM, appearing on the calendar on the 28th. So we just created these. There's our first discussion, and the first quiz is due the next week. Now, this is where I want to show you that cool thing that I was talking to you about earlier about the calendar. I made a mistake on when some of these due dates are. This one, let's just pretend that assignment 1 is actually due on Wednesday, March 6th. Look how easy it is. All I have to do is drag and drop. That assignment is now changed on the calendar. Just like Kaleidoscope, it never gets different pieces on the inside. It just changes the way it looks when you shift it. So when I make these changes, I'm going to take all of these 3 UCM assignments, and I'm going to make them all due on this Wednesday the 6th. That's going to be a busy day for the students, right? But I want you how that, making that simple change right here also makes a change everywhere else in Canvas, okay? Right now on the syllabus page, we have the assignments, discussion, and quiz all on 3 different days. I'm just going to my screen. We'll take a look. Okay. And look at this. March 6th, Wednesday next week. What do we have? Assignment, discussion, and reading quiz all on that same day. Easy on you guys. If you just make a change somewhere, we will update it everywhere else, and that way everything stays in sync, and it's just one click. You go to 3 different places and change things. And another thing that's really nice about that is, as I mentioned, we try to make Canvas very user-centric. We make it so that it's most convenient for every individual user. Maybe some students like coming to the calendar. So they just come to the calendar and they can click on those assignments and complete them. Some students might like this syllabus page, and so they always come down here and look at the next assignment that's due on the syllabus page. Other students still might prefer coming to this assignment screen, which if we're back here to assignments, let's just take and confirm as number 1, due on March 6th. This is on March 6th. And our quiz bottom is also due on March, or our discussion down here at the bottom is also due on March 6th. So let's take a look at what those 3 different types of assignments are and how you can design them. And there's other things I probably should show you guys this on our base instance, but I probably won't. Just so that you guys are aware. Some brand new changes are coming out for your assignment. They're coming out on Saturday. Every 3 weeks we have a new release. So if you guys are interested in what those new releases are and what it will look like and how it will affect you, there's 2 things you can do. One, you can go to the help link up in the top right corner, and most of these links you can click on and take you out to our Help Center. Once you're in Help Center, you can go here to Release Notes. And I recommend, typically I don't point this out, but because we have some significant changes that are taking place, I would recommend you guys come in here and check out the beta release notes. If you are logged into this site, which should automatically log you in with your Canvas credentials. You will see a little button right here that says subscribe. Something you want to do is subscribe to this forum so that you guys will know whenever we have these new releases and what the releases entail. So that gives you some more insight on what those new releases are. Also, you guys do have the ability to do your instance of Canvas, and after before Instructor, just type in beta dot. So something like this. And I'm not sure what your institution name is, but basically it's going to look like this. Plug in your institution name where training is. Your standard chat. So if you plug your institution name right before that dot that I just sent you, actually you'd probably get rid of all this courses stuff. That didn't come through. This is what I meant to copy for you. So if you just say, okay, so you're just basically going to go. Merced.beta. Just real quick, beta dot. And I'll get right back to you in chat. Copy your link. It says instruction. Okay, so you get the point, right? Instruct. Okay, finally, after all those chats back and forth, we've got the right one. That looks. Oh, it's still going to work because you only have one slash. So if it's still not working, that's why. And all right. That takes you to your beta instance. No problem, Mike. We're okay. So if you guys go into beta, this very moment you can test out these new features and what your assignments will look like as of Saturday. Okay. Let's show you those 3 different types of assignments. The first one is just a basic assignment. All you do is come up to the top right, edit your assignment. You would place your assignment details. And the good thing that you guys paid attention, I talked about the rich content editor because look, here it is again. Here is your content selector. So use these 2 tools to build all of your content and information for this particular assignment. Maybe you're reminding students, reminder to read or view videos, right? I can select the words these videos and then come to my wiki page where I have those videos for assignment number 1 and click. So I'm telling the students to view those videos. So you utilize these tools to make your assignments very intuitive and easy for your students to understand. Okay? The thing I'll recommend that you guys do as you begin using Canvas is anytime you see more options, click on the more options so that you're familiar with the different features you have available. Okay? More options, we can see now, wow, we have a lot of things we can do with this assignment. Now, by default, when you create this assignment shell out on the assignment screen, it's populating the information like the assignment name, the point, and the due date. That's all. So now you have to dive in so that you can provide the details up here at the top and then customize further settings. This is another thing, Mike, you might want to make note of. A lot of instructors, this is one of the most common mistakes. I should say a lot of instructors do this, but I will say this is one of the most common mistakes instructors do make, is that they forget to change the submission type for assignments from new submission to an on submission. So if you're requiring students to turn in a paper, a project or a presentation or something, like a point, to enable online submissions. Otherwise, the students will get to your assignment page and they'll have a button to click that says Submit Assignment. But by changing this now, the students will have a Submit Assignment button. You also have to go further and determine what type of assignment are you going to allow them to submit. Maybe the first assignment is an introduction video. To do a video introduction of themselves and something that they hope to learn from your class. Okay? Not a discussion, it's private between you and the student. So maybe what you do is just enable media recordings. You don't enable any of these other options, so they have to use the media recording tool in order to upload a video. Now remember, the media recording tool is just, when you choose the option at the bottom, the media recording tool, what that does is it allows the students to have this little video icon where they can either record themselves with their webcam. If they don't have a webcam, then they can use a point-and-shoot camera or their phone or something and then select their video file, upload it into Canvas. Okay? So that's a cool thing you can do with those. File uploads, that's if your students are turning in maybe a PDF or a document file. Watch this. If I allow file uploads, what a new option just appeared over here on the right. I can restrict the file types. Maybe I don't want to allow students to submit PDF, doc files, or docx. Okay, just place in those parameters, and students have to submit a document that fits within those parameters. Text entry, basically what that does is when the student clicks the Submit Assign button, all it is, it gives them a box. Identical to this, and can type out their response. The last option that you can have for on submissions is allow website URL. So maybe you have a weekly journal entry or something like that. You could require your students to do that. Maybe they submit a blog, the URL for their blog site where they are posting their journal entry. Okay, so those are your different submission types. I'm not going to go into all these details, but just take a quick glance at them so that you're familiar with the different things that you can do with an assignment. You can peer review so that students have to review a certain number of other students' assignments. That's great papers. When you click on it, you have some additional options. We won't go into this, but remember I told you at the beginning that you can go into the Canvas guides if you find out more depth to any of these things that we've discussed. When you click as a group assignment, you can actually divide your students out into groups so that they are working on this together as a group. Okay, so that's your group assignment. And you have to grade all your assignments by points. Maybe you want to do this on a certain scale, letter grades. So you have letter grades, and then you can go in and set custom grading levels so that between this many and this many points equals an A. This many and this many equals a B. So you can set schemes, use percentages, or pass or fail. That is an example of what an assignment looks like, and that is the first and most basic of all of the three of assignments. You guys have any questions about how you can build an assignment in Canvas? Again, because you guys know how to use that rich content editor, you are 2 steps ahead with creating assignments. Notice so after we have designed our assignment, all of the details for the assignment will appear right here. If you click on Add a Rubric, it will appear here at the bottom of the screen. It's really nice because then the student can see exactly what you expected them for this assignment. So, and then we won't get into the production of a rubric. It's really simple. You have different criterion, and all your details will be listed over here on the left side of the screen, and you just put in and see your different rating levels. The cool about using a rubric when you have an assignment is that it makes your grading incredibly easy. All you do is there's a screen using our speed grader. That you just pull up the rubric. Actually, show you how easy this is really quickly. So I added a few different criteria. By clicking these arrows, you can add any rating levels as you want to your rubric. Add a couple there. And I'm going to use this rubric for assignment grading. Actually, one more criterion and use it for grading and creating. So this is all it would be. So you would have your description over here on the left, so the students are very clear on what your expectations are. Then when it comes time to grade the students, you just click on Speed Grader, take you to that assignment. If the student submits a PDF or a Word document or even a PowerPoint presentation, you would see that information right here on the screen, okay? In this example, because the students haven't submitted anything, here are a list of all of my students. Click on the names to go between them and grade their assignments. You have the ability with our Croc is a new tool that we have with this speed grader that allows you to annotate. While you're reading the student's paper, you can actually highlight things, you can make comments or draw pictures. You can even select areas like this and a line going out to the side that your comments on the side. Lots of really neat annotations that you can do on their document. You will have that right here within the speed grader. One of my favorite parts is grading just becomes so easy with the rubric, because all you have to do is click on View Rubric and rate the student based upon different categories. So you become very transparent. The student knows exactly what you expect, and then you grade them based upon those items. Notice down here at the bottom, it's totaling up that the student is receiving 18 out of 20 points based upon the criteria that I selected, or the rating levels I selected. And I click on Save. So it actually takes that 18 out of 20, and because I'm using a letter grade for this assignment, it uses the grading scale that I have created for those letter grades, and it automatically translates my 18 out of 20 into A minus. Okay? You can add a comment to the student and say, great job, or anything else I want to add. And then I can add file attachments when I'm grading their papers or their assignments. I can make immediate comments, where you can use my webcam, or I can just do a quick audio attachment for them to give them some audio feedback. And if you're using Google Chrome, this is a tool that you have in Chrome that is speech recognition. So I could say, I am forward to your next submission. Words, I am looking forward to your next submission. And you notice right here, I am looking forward to your next submission. So Google Chrome adds the speech recognition, which makes it really cool, really easy to grade your students very quickly. And then the comment, I'm grading Aline. All right, ready to grade your next student? You just come here and click on the arrow, and back to you. And you do the same thing, view rubric. Click, 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 as you view her responses, and by the name minus as well. Submit comment, and now that comment will be submitted to Becky. Is there a way, Mike just asked a question, is there a way to generate a report on outcomes and assessment trends? Yes, there are some reports that you can look at for outcomes. And, it's tricky. It probably wouldn't be best for me to explain exactly how to get to those, but the answer is yes. We do have some outcome reports. And Mike, it sounds like you have had some experience on the administrative side of Canvas. And the cool thing is, if you create outcomes at the administrative level, kind of like we were talking about with your LTI tools, if you create outcomes up there at the account level, and then teachers within their courses, they come here to their outcomes, and they click on this link to find outcomes. So they can there and say, oh, I want to grab some standards from the account level, account standards, and they find their account, and I want to pull in some specific standards. So I grab that in here. So an outcome or that I'm pulling in from the account level. I report it. to net outcome to account level. So if this instructor, or if I attach this account level outcome to one of my rubrics and use assessment, then an even better report that you can generate as an admin at the administrative level that runs across all of your courses and across your entire institution. Any teacher that uses those account level outcomes, all of their data will populate into a report you have called a student competency report. You might want to make a note about that so you can look up later and how that would work. But the report done at the account level is a student competency report. That curates all of your outcome assessment data for any instructors who are using account level outcomes. Okay? So Mike, to answer your question, do you have any other questions about? So this is where I can either find outcomes and create my own outcome groups, or just create my own outcomes from scratch, just to use in my course. So the big thing that you want to consider is encourage your teachers to ask themselves the question, am I the only one that's going to be using this outcome? Because the answer is no, and the answer is going to be 5 or 10 or 20 other teachers that will use this outcome as well. There's going to be 5 or 10 or 20 teachers that will use the same rubric that I'm using. If that's the case, you guys can save them a lot of work by designing and building outcomes and rubrics at the account level. Instructors will need to do is import those to their courses. So Mike, another follow-up question here. Can an outcome created by one instructor be shared with others? That's a good question, and that relates to what I was just suggesting. I would have to double check for you. You can't share content across courses. So if I wanted to give you access to everything that's in my course right here, if I come here to settings in my course, you into my course as perhaps a designer, or you as a teacher as well. But all I do is come here into users, here as a designer. If I add you as a designer, then you would have the ability within your course, you would here and import content into your course. You'd click there. Because you're a designer in my course, one of the selections you would have in your menu is my course, the course that I've added you to. So you can import content into that course. So I can look real quick and see it. I'm copying content from another Canvas course, and be copying it from the freshman writing seminar. You can everything from another course, or get that and copy specific things. And let's see outcomes. I don't see outcomes. That didn't ring a bell because I think I had discussed that before. You can import the rubrics from another course, but maybe the outcomes are not showing up just because that's an account level outcome. Let me just create an outcome at the course level, and we can see course level outcomes. And you have as many rating levels as you need with these outcomes as well. Obviously, I'm keeping that really basic. So let's come back to this screen. We'll in our freshman writing seminar. Copy content from freshman writing seminar. Let's see if the outcomes are coming in. What do they do? So you can't share them among courses, but again, Mike, the thing to consider is that to share them across courses, teachers in those Other courses would have to have some kind of access into the main course where these outcomes or rubrics live, meaning they would be added as a teacher or a designer in those courses. Does that make sense? Okay, good. So the best option might be is have some conversation with your teachers as you begin, using outcomes, rubrics, and everything, and encourage them to give you back. And if they're going to use them for multiple courses, then it might just be best for you guys to add them, or maybe give them some limited access as an admin. You can create custom administrator roles. Create a limited access admin that can create outcomes at the account level. So create them up there, and then all of your instructors can have access to them. Well, you guys what a basic assignment is. Now, we hit our time limit actually, but we did start it a couple minutes late. You guys have a couple minutes that I can finish showing you the other two types of assignments. Derek wanted to see add questions to his quiz. Okay, Mike's good with time. I understand if you have another appointment or something, Iqbal or Robin, Derek had already taken off. Maybe Derek's still there. If you guys need to take off, feel free to do so. I understand if you have prior commitments. But I'm going to now show you the other two types of assignments. Okay, so I showed you a basic assignment. A discussion looks like this. Okay, a discussion provides an environment where people can communicate and respond. What do you see in the discussion? Well, the tool has the rich content editor. So all of these tools, and yes, Derek, even that math equation editor. In your math class, you have a discussion and talk about how a certain equation should look. So the students, even in response in this discussion, could use that equation editor. They can add images. They can videos of themselves. Okay. You also have the ability to come up here and use the content selector and look at other parts of the course. So the students might say something. Let's say that this is a student response. Then the teacher could come in and reply to them and say, and add some additional comments. I could say, remember this assignment? So on this particular assignment, remember how we talked about something? So I make a link out to a certain assignment. So your discussions can become very robust, having images, media, audio, video, whatever you want in there. Really, the sky's the limit with your discussions. Okay. And I'm not going to go into right now just because it would take time, but you can have group discussions too. If you want to divide your class into 4 groups and have each of them discussing the same topic, but in smaller groups so that they feel more comfortable and things like that. I see that happen all the time. That's definitely an option for the assignment. You can just enter assignment settings, and you'll note that the assignment settings are very similar to a regular assignment, okay, with all these options down at the bottom. But hey, we want to make this a group assignment, and let's break up my students into groups. So that is what a discussion looks like. Again, remember 3 types of assignments, an assignment, a discussion, and now we're going to look at the third type of assignment, which is a quiz. So this might have been what you hadn't done is when you were on the assignment screen and you added a quiz, right? Like we added a quiz right here, reading quiz UCM. Perhaps you forgot to change the type to a quiz. But if you change it to a quiz type, you're going to have a screen that looks like this. And this is where you begin to create your quiz by editing this quiz. We see our friendly content editor. Here would be the instructions quiz. Students do see this before taking the quiz. Okay. you add your instructions here. Another thing, as I mentioned to you guys, as you begin using Canvas, I really encourage you to click on almost everything that you see. When you find a button that says delete this course, that's definitely one you don't want to click on. Other than that, you're really free to click on these options, and you'll notice as you click on different options, it opens up additional options for you to click on. And, oh, here's another one that just opened, and this, and we just open this option. Click down here, and we open these options. So the more things you click on, more options that you have. The reason I say click on everything is so that you can become familiar with all of your options. You don't have to use these every time, but I want you guys to know what possibilities exist for your quiz. I get a lot of people who ask me questions, oh, can you do this in a quiz? Can you do that? And most of their questions would be answered if they just click everything and review all of these tools over here. Okay? So Mike asked a question in the chat. Is there an option for self-grading quizzes? Mike, not sure what you mean. Do you mean a quiz where it automatically grades them, or a quiz where students take it and then they grade it themselves? A or B option, I just suggest. Absolutely. That's probably the most typical type of quiz that people create in Canvas, Mike. So after you just define your settings for your quiz, you want to come here and start adding questions. So this is the answer to Derek's question. How do I add questions to my quiz? You just click on New Question and type in here. You can utilize images, the region editor if you have a math test. Another thing I want to point out, our handy dandy content selector in the sidebar is not there, is it? But you can use it. If you want to use that when you're building quizzes, what you'll need to do is up here to the top right, it's kind of tiny, but link to content. So if you click link to content, now you have the ability to, again, add images, add files and links or anything else. So your quizzes can be very robust and very comprehensive, containing lots of really rich information. So this is where you would go to determine what type of question it is. Let's just keep it basic with a multiple choice question. I want to have 5 answers. I can add an additional answer right here. So there's answers. Let's say that this is the correct answer, or maybe this one is the correct answer. You just click that little arrow next to the correct answer. That will be incorrect. You can have little feedback options so that depending on what answer the student selected, they will receive some positive or using feedback, maybe some educational feedback, teaching them something that they should know. Okay? So you have all your answers in there. I'm just going to go in some. Now, all those answers seem to be the exact same, right? So I'll show you, this is what it looks like after you have created a question in your quiz. Then you just go and you add another question. And you can add a true or false, which is the correct answer. False is the correct answer. You add your question details, update it, new question. So you can see how this is working. Maybe you have multiple answers, and you have 2 different options, and these 3 are the correct answers. See how that works? And then I didn't mention you can add different point values for your different questions. So Mike, what will happen when the student takes this particular quiz? Because all of the questions are very objective. I don't have any essay questions, right, or fill in the blanks. Those are options for your quiz questions, right? You might have seen that you have fill in multiple blanks, fill in the blank, and you have text with a question or an essay question or a formula question. So in those cases, it would require some additional grading from the teacher. So anyway, yeah, this particular quiz would be exactly what you're looking for, Mike. It would automatically be graded, and then depending on how I've set up the quiz, the notification will go out to the students and let them know that what they received and that the quiz has been graded, and it will be done automatically. Is that clear, Mike? Session? Okay. Well, we've gone a little bit over our time limit. Thanks for sticking around. Just to recap, I want you guys to see one more. Oh, another thing is once you've created your quiz, make sure that you publish it. The save settings, some people get a little confused about this, but I'll point it out. The save settings are free settings that you add right here. To publish the quiz is for your actual quiz. This is what makes it visible to students. If you forget to publish it, you're going to have some students contacting you saying, hey, we can access the quiz, and it's because you forgot to publish it. If this is what the student will see. They're going to see all of your instructions before going in, and then they can click that button to take the quiz. They also see the details. If you have a time limit or any kinds of restrictions, they'll see those details right here. There's a lot of other options over here. You can moderate the quiz if a certain student needs extra time or multiple attempts. You can do that for moderating the quiz. But just remember that a quiz is given from a discussion page, which is different from a base assignment page, which is what I showed you at the beginning. So be very deliberate about when you're creating your assignments to choose an assignment, a discussion, or a quiz. Okay? And once you're done adding all of those items into your course, that is the essence of building the course in Canvas. The last real thing that you might want to look into and a little bit more about is modules. Okay? So once you've added all of your assignments, all of your information and content, then you can come over here, add modules, and then all you do is click on the Add Item to a Module right here. And you can find all of those assignments, and you find discussions, and you just pull them into the appropriate module. And those allow you to create a workflow, intuitive workflow for your students, so they know exactly what they're doing, what they're supposed to do now, what they're supposed to do next, and you can lock it down so that the students cannot move on to a certain assignment until they've completed another assignment. So that's another value of modules, is organization and control of what students are completing and when. I've got another question here. It says, can quizzes be taken on mobile devices? That's a really good question. I've never had anyone answer that, and I don't know. So I'll put that on my list of follow-up questions. You guys haven't had a that I haven't been able to answer, but I'll make sure that we get an answer for you on that, Mike. I believe that they can. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to be taken on mobile devices. That question is kind of twofold, Mike, because part of that question is you can log into Canvas using our apps that we have, which we are Android and iOS devices. So you can on a tablet, or you can access Canvas through your tablet or iPhone. But also use a browser like Safari or Chrome or something on your mobile device, and a different experience. So I'm going to look into that for you, and we'll make sure that we get you an answer in our follow-up emails, okay? So are there any other questions? I know that we have talked about so much today, and it's a lot to take in, but I want to make sure that I've answered any outstanding questions that you guys have. Are there questions that you really get answered today that I have not answered yet? I've got to take off. Robin, I don't know if Robin's still around. I haven't heard a lot from Robin. Robin, and look at answer questions. questions that you have outstanding, if there are any. If not, that's great. Thanks. Glad that it was valuable for you. And we'll just give Robin more seconds. If there's anything, Derek. Okay, Robin's good. No specific questions. Okay, well, thank you for coming. I'm going to post a link in the chat. If you guys don't mind taking a moment, I'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback in the session today. And that's just this, our training feedback survey. So let us know what you didn't like, and we'd love to know how we can improve our sessions. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys. So I will be sending a follow-up email, Mike, and you can respond to that if you have any questions for me on the training end, and then any questions relating to your implementation or for moving forward with Canvas, you can ask those to your implementation manager. Mike, definitely. Including that email, I will give you the streaming link and the download link. Just remember that download link, actually both links will only be available for 10 days. So if you just on that download link right away and get it away, make sure you have a hard copy of it. Okay. All right, guys. Well, best of luck to you all as you begin using Canvas. It's been great working with you, and we'll talk again for your future trainings. Bye for now.